New this morning, could NASCAR make a comeback at the Nashville Fairgrounds? Metro leaders say the process is getting started, but they're far from the checkered flag. News Channel 5's Eric Hilt shows us the process and why some neighbors are sounding off about the plans.
After decades away from the Nashville Fairgrounds, a new deal could put NASCAR on track to return to the Speedway. Last week, Mayor John Cooper signed a letter of intent with Bristol Motor Speedways to renovate the Fairgrounds racetrack in hopes of bringing NASCAR back to the raceway. In a tweet, Cooper said the agreement could put the Nashville Speedway on the national stage. But at this week's virtual Fair Board meeting,
that will make this area unlivable.
People living near the track struck a different tone.
NASCAR cars hit about 140 decibels, give or take, and that's going to echo throughout our community.
The level of noise that's going to come from these cars is like having an airport right next to your house.
I think the last I saw, I had about 30 emails, somewhere in that range, and quite a few phone calls.
Fair Commissioners Board Chairman Aaron McAnally says in those emails, neighbors sounded off about the plan.
We've heard concerns about sound, which is always a concern with the racetrack, obviously, and with good reason. It's very loud.
She says those concerns are expected, and even though the potential partnership is exciting, the letter of intent is far from final.
It's exciting because it's been something that's been talked about for a long time, and this essentially opens the door to be able to really talk about it.
Those discussions will come in a series of community meetings about the agreement, similar to the ones that led up to the now under construction MLS stadium. McAnally says those meetings will be where the rubber meets the road.
We have to make sure that it works for the neighborhood. We have to make sure that it works for the city as a whole. We have to make sure that it works for the fairgrounds. There are a lot of steps that we have to go through to get there.
In Nashville, Eric Hilt, News Channel 5.